I simulate the career of Lonzo Ball. Will he be a Hall of Famer? Will he succeed and win championships? Bring the Lakers back to Showtime. Last night, with the second overall pick, the Los Angeles Lakers selected the future of their franchise. And as many of you know, and as I know personally, LeVar Ball and the Big Baller brand could be huge, but it all depends on how Lonzo does in the league, and that's what I want to see. How is Lonzo Ball going to be 20 years from now? How is his career going to turn out? So the first step is to take Lonzo Ball with the second overall pick. And as now, some of you may not like it, especially if you're a Laker fan, is trading away D'Angelo Russell for Brook Lopez. And of course, the other part of this is we have to get rid of Timofey Mozgov.
Override that all day. I don't want Timofey.
Injuries are turned on. Let's see how Lonzo Ball does in his rookie season. Later on, we're probably going to make some adjustments to the roster, possibly add Paul George, stuff like that, to make sure that Lonzo is paired with decent teammates. Due to a corrupted file, my first recording of the first 3 seasons was corrupted, and the part that was corrupted was where I was showing Lonzo Ball winning Rookie of the Year. Now, instead of going back and simulating 20 seasons of action, I decided to go with the first 3 because everything else is fine. So in this version, Markelle Fultz won, but in the alternate universe, Lonzo was the Rookie of the Year. Paul George decided to re-sign with the Indiana Pacers. In no world, maybe in an alternate universe, does that happen. But in the 2K world, it did. And that is simply unacceptable. So I think the trade override is coming.
That's some salty McNuggets. Some cheesy, salty, butter-fried nuggets.
All-NBA team. All-NBA team. Yes, we are the first All-NBA team for Lonzo Ball. 3rd year, 84 overall, 11 badges, and his playmaking ability and pretty much every statistic and every overall ability is going up.
Playing the Nuggets in the first round. Can we make it out?
Lonzo, make it out. Lonzo, make it out. No, we lose and 5 and are eliminated. Statistically, this was his best year yet, but in the playoffs, his points per game went down a decent amount, even though he averaged a double-double. 17.4 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game during the season, and he only missed about 5 games. That's not bad, so he hasn't suffered any major injuries yet. Knock on wood. Knock on a lot of wood. After the last season, when we completely didn't do nearly as well as I thought we would, and as Paul George is slowly declining as he ages, decided to go out and get Joel Embiid, Kristaps Porzingis, and Lonzo Ball keeps increasing. He is now at an 86 overall. This team should be completely overpowered and should completely, hopefully, win a championship next season. We didn't make the playoffs again though, which is absolutely absurd, given the roster that we have. LeBron James is slowly in his decline at age 37. I think it's time that we just simulate up to year 10 and hopefully we get some championship.
Year 6, Lonzo only played 67 games, so he suffered an injury in there. 37 minutes per game, 22 points per game, rebounds per game 7.6, assists 9.7, so he's still averaging almost a double-double. I like how his field goal percentage keeps going up and up, and his 3-point percentage. Do we have any injuries before we go into the playoffs and simulate this next, our second round in the playoffs, our second go about in the playoffs? Lakers. Malachi Richardson, DeMar DeRozan is out. He's day-to-day. Okay, hopefully we get him back. Who are we facing in the first round? The Jazz. Utah. Simulate the current round. Got one. Not 5 games. Yes, we advance to the second round. Give me a ship. And that's as far as we got. Second round. The king is no more.
Year 8, Lonzo finally has his best season as a Laker, averaging 18.6 points per game, 10 assists, a double-double, and he leads his team to the 3rd seed in the West.
I just want to make it out of the first round for once. Against the Sacramento Kings, I think we got this one. Guaranteed. It's a sweep. Bring out your brooms. We make it to the 2nd round, which is as far as Lonzo's been able to get in his career, and he makes it to the Western Conference Finals. Finally, we have some action, but the Rockets have been on a tear in these simulations, and it doesn't matter. Can Lonzo pick up a championship, a ring, because that's what you're measured by in LA? And he doesn't. Runner up to the Brooklyn Nets. That's salty. When the Nets are ever gonna win a championship? Seriously, Brooklyn, back to back? Never, ever gonna happen. Ever. Brooklyn goes back to back. Okay, 2K, I see you. How terrible the Lakers feel. D'Angelo Russell, traded away, goes to the Nets, and wins the MVP in the finals.
They see me rolling, so much. Lonzo Ball's 17th season as a pro. He is paired up with his brother LaMelo, and they are trying to win their first championship against the Miami Heat.
He's out day to day in the finals. His last chance maybe to win the finals, and he gets injured. 17th season. Can his brother pull off the comeback? 3-0 deficit. This could be the final game. It's not. The Lakers beat the Heat in game 4. And Lonzo's still not back yet, but his brother LaMelo takes over with 20 points and 15 assists. But the Heat will still win the NBA championship. And his brother, in what could be his final season, is taking over the point guard duties. Lonzo's just going to be coming off the bench to maybe finish his career. And just like that, Lonzo Ball and the Lakers were swept by the Denver Nuggets and what could be his final go-around as a Laker. He made it to 3 finals, never winning 1. Award history-wise, that's LaMelo. Lonzo, 4 MVPs, was an All-Star 14 times, an All-NBA First-Teamer 8 times, All-Defensive NBA 8 times, Rookie of the Year, All-Team Rookie of the Year. Is that Hall of Fame numbers? I'm gonna say so. Unless he comes back, this could be the last time we see Lonzo Ball, and he's gonna finish this season as far as number-wise. 23,000 career points, 7,000 career rebounds, 11,298 assists, 3,000 steals, and 951 blocks. See if he retires.
Years as a pro, Lonzo Ball is going to retire, never making it over the 90 overall hump. We re-signed Brandon Ingram later in his career, and he didn't really have much of a career at all either. Did he make it into the Hall of Fame though? Yes, he did. Lonzo Ball, a Hall of Famer, 1,300 career games played, averaged 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. Almost sort of close to a triple-double. Hall of Fame Lonzo Ball, and his jersey is going to hang in the Lakers rafters. Ladies and gentlemen, this simulation took around 3 or 4 hours. If you would leave a like down below, I would greatly appreciate it. You don't have to. You don't have to. No worries. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Stay frosty, and I love you.